Get ready to experience a battle of the theme parks in all its glory. In one corner we have Holiday World, known for its thrilling rides and family-friendly fun. In the other corner we have Dollywood, awaits its legendary charm and world-class cinnamon bread. Which park will claim victory? Buckle up and let's find out. Warning, before we get into the video, I'd like to tell you that most of these are based on my experiences and my opinions. But anyways, let's dive in. For our first comparison, we'll be getting into the coaster lineup and comparing their wing coasters, Thunderbird and Wild Eagle. While Wild Eagle is a fun ride, it also is pretty forceless, which is where it got its nickname, Mild Eagle. While on the other hand, Thunderbird is decently forceful, with its first launch and inline twist, providing fantastic hang time, and even some positive G's thrown into the mix. So the point goes to Holiday World. Next up, we are comparing Voyage and Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod has better airtime with the quad down as the main moment, with the best ejector airtime I have ever experienced. And the other wave turns have great ejector as well. And I also prefer the launch over Voyage chain lift. I mean, of course I do, it's a launch. And also the first jump is much better on Lightning Rod. While on the other hand, Voyage is much longer, being 6,442 feet long, compared to Lightning Rod's 3,800 feet of track. Also, Voyage has some underrated laterals too. Voyage also has a lot more airtime hills than Lightning Rod has as well. Also, a complaint I heard from coaster enthusiasts is the mid-course, but from my experiences, it didn't really slow it down. So the point goes to Holiday World again. Now let's compare to family thrill coasters, Raven and Big Bear Mountain. While Big Bear Mountain pays attention to a long ride that's not that forceful of launches for family, Raven pays more attention to airtime and laterals, and is more for thrill seekers rather than families, which is why I'm giving the point to Holiday World. Yes, I know, Raven is more of a thrill coaster than it is a family thrill, but it is the most comparable coaster to Big Bear Mountain. And now we are comparing the other Woodies, Thunderhead and Legend. Thunderhead is a coaster that is really good in both the front and the back, has a great ejector airtime in both rows, and pulls some really underrated laterals, which is why I'm putting it over Legend. Don't get me wrong, Legend is the lateral king, and has some really underrated airtime moments as well. It just doesn't have the unmatched airtime and the unmatched forces that Thunderhead does, so the point goes to Dollywood. And the final part of the coaster lineup, the kiddie coasters, Whistlepunk Chaser and Howler. They're basically the same ride experience, but since Whistlepunk Chaser has great theming, I'll give it to that, so the point goes to Dollywood. Before we get out of the coasters, let's look at Dollywood's extra coasters, since Holiday World doesn't have any. Dollywood has Fire Chaser Express, Tennessee Tornado, Mystery Mine, and Dragonflyer. 4 more points for Dollywood. Now you might have noticed I didn't include Blazing Fury in that list. Well, that's because I'm using it and comparing the dark rides, even though I do count it as a credit. Gobbler's Getaway and Blazing Fury. Now Blazing Fury has some nice theming and fun but janky airtime moments, which is why I'm putting it over Gobbler's Getaway. Don't get me wrong, I really do like Gobbler's Getaway. It's a fun shooting dark ride with some good theming. But I prefer Blazing Fury with its fun airtime moments, so that means the point goes to Hollywood. The next thing that we are comparing are the best flat rides in the park, and in my opinion, those would be Liberty Plunge and Barnstormer. While Liberty Plunge is a good flat ride with good floater airtime, Barnstormer is my number 1 flat ride. It has some great floater airtime and some positive G's, so the point's going to Dollywood. Before we go to the rides, I'd just like to say that I haven't gone to either water park. So if you've been to both, comment down below which one is better. But anyways, let's continue. Now we are getting to the theming. Holiday World's theming is great. The only section that doesn't have a lot of theming is the Thanksgiving section. But other than that, every section looks fantastic. But on the other hand, Dollywood's theming is 10 out of 10 in almost every section of the park. It's so good that you could probably just walk around the park for a whole day and not get bored. So the point clearly goes to Dollywood again. Now we are comparing the ride hops. At least in my experiences, they were both not really that fast, but I'm going to give the point to Holiday World because they didn't stable at all when I was there, and sometimes at Dollywood they wouldn't let me choose my own row that I wanted, while at Holiday World they just let you choose your own row whenever. So the point goes to Holiday World. Now we'll be talking about the food. The food at Holiday World is not good, not bad, it's just okay from my experiences. At Dollywood, it was either really good or really bad, because I ate at a restaurant that had really crunchy rice, and was not good. But then I tried the cinnamon bread, which was the best dessert I have ever tasted in my life. So just because of that, I'm going to give the point to Dollywood. And finally, we are going to be comparing the prices. Now this is a pretty easy one for Holiday World. because a one-day ticket for Holiday World is $63 compared to Dollywood's $89. Over $20 more expensive at Dollywood. Not just that, but Holiday World has free parking and free drinks, so it's an easy point for Holiday World. Now since we are at the end, I'll tell you the score. 5 points for Holiday World and 10 for Dollywood. So that makes Dollywood the winner. Now that wraps up the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you subscribe if you want to, and see you in the next one.